Hey folks, this is Jack with Rivercat Blues. I'm going to do a little bit of a different video today. Had a gentleman ask a question about the level wines, changing a level wine reel to a conventional. Yes, this can be done. The only reason I would really do it is if you damage this level wine, drop it on a rock or break it, bend it, or maybe it just freezes up from rust if it's been sitting in the barn for years or something. Or sometimes these gears will break. Not very often does the metal gear break, the actual worm gear, but there's some side gears in here, and some of them are plastic. And if they break and this becomes where it can't be used, freezes up your level wine where it won't work, this reel is out of commission. But if you take tools with you, and I always carry some stuff on the boat or maybe in your pocket if you go on the bank, just for taking a reel apart, in case something happens, line gets stuck down in here and I can't get it out, or whatever. Change the handles if you break a handle or whatever. I carry tools with me, either in my tackle box or in the boat storage, to take a reel apart. So if something does happen to this level line, I will take it apart, remove this, and you're ready to fish again because you just changed this to a conventional reel. Let me show you how we do that. Okay, like I said, I wouldn't do it unless, you just maybe wanted a conventional reel for some other reason besides this being damaged. I mean, if I want a conventional reel, I'm going to buy a conventional reel. But you can make this a conventional. So this is pretty simple to do. You can tell the level line on this one is working. I'm just going to take it apart to show you guys how to take this off. And then we're going to take it to the water and we're going to throw this thing as a conventional, and I'll show you how it works. So this is real simple. Looks like I'm missing a screw right there. Huh. I bought this I think I got this at a flea market. Maybe an antique store, I can't remember. But evidently I didn't look close enough because it is missing a screw right there. But I'll order one or get it off, rob it off one of my other Abu Garcias. But you don't have to take the handle off and all this stuff right in here. Don't have to take the star drag off or nothing to do this. Now, if we were going to change the drag system out, or if I was just going to grease the drive gears and stuff, then we would take all this apart. But you don't have to just to get this apart. This is pretty simple. So basically, we're going to take these three screws right here. We're going to take them off, and this whole plate with the handle should pull right off. Now, sometimes these are hand tight where you can, yeah. This one is not. We'll just break them loose real quick. Where's that one at? Right there. Okay. We're just going to break them loose real quick. Okay, here we go. I'm going to take these off. And most any reel pretty much is the same of these type of reels anyway when you tear into them. There's a little difference, but as far as removing the level wines, they're all pretty close to the same. You're going to have to take this plate off and this plate off. Okay, this should just, no, I'll hang on to the spool right here so that I don't pull the whole thing out at this moment anyway. And I've got tape on here to hold my line. You might want to do that, or sometimes you get line all over the place. But this should just pull right off. I'll put my thumb on that. Okay, so here we are. Just lay this to the side. And then you don't want these little pieces of rubber on these Abu Garcias right here, or nylon. Some are rubber, some are nylon. You don't want to lose them, so make sure they stay on. But you're just going to pull your spool right out, just like that. We're going to lay it to the side. If you do have any parts that you're going to take off I suggest getting something to throw them in so we don't lose them. And then you can, like, if you're going to tear this apart, I would take pictures. If you've never been in one before, just kind of take pictures along the way so that you get everything right back the way it was. But we're not going to do that. So now we're going to take this side plate off right here. I'm going to use this little screwdriver, and I take my thumb, kind of put it right up against that screw so that I got something to hold against, so I'm not busting into a brand new reel. This one here don't matter much, but so you just kind of lay it on your thumb and just kind of guide it right in there, and then just twist her out till you can get it by hand or whatever. And then I'm gonna put it in my jar. Now, if any screws are longer than others, make sure you know right where they come out of so you can put them right back in the same spot. That can be kind of important. Found that out the hard way. And right here. Also, I want to mention, if you do want to take your reels apart to grease them or even fix anything, there is a gentleman on YouTube that has a channel called Second Chance Tackle. Just the number 2 ND Chance Tackle. Second Chance Tackle. Look him up. He's a very, very, very good YouTuber when it comes to fixing reels. And he works on all kinds. He's got hundreds of videos you could watch. I really like him. I've sent him some reels before. He does excellent work. Second Chance Tackle. Look him up. He'll show you some stuff that I couldn't even begin to show you. But anyway, let's take this apart now. So here's where we're at. We're going to lay this aside. Now, this particular reel, they're not all like this, but a lot of them are. It has a piece here, this little thin, what do you call it? Longigated, whatever. It's long, it's skinny. It holds this whole system from moving and coming out. It just locks in there. So to take this one apart on the Abu Garcias, I don't even know what this is. What is this? This is a, it's on the other side here. This is a 5600C is what we're working on right here. But this is an older reel. This is an older reel. But you just push up right here on that piece right there, and it'll come all the way up, and then just slide it off. And I'm going to drop it in my jar. Now, you can't pull this all the way out because we're locked on here with this pawl right here. I mean, I can turn this, but then it's going to go back the other way, so I can't get it out of there. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the pawl off, which is inside of this piece right here. So let's get our screwdriver. You could do this first too before you even do this. Probably be simpler. Before you take this apart, just go ahead and yank your pawl off. I should have done that, but and we're just going to twist this right here, and your pawl will be sitting right there. Drop everything where you don't lose it. Then you can, if you can't grab your pawl, sometimes you can hit it like this or tap on it, break it loose a little bit. And then if you got fingernails at all, you can kind of grab it. You can use a pair of little needle nose, but don't mar this up any. Just kind of, you can see, I'm just going to grab it right there. I'm just going to grab it right there. About had it. I don't got very good fingernails either. Okay. You see the pawl come out? And then this fell out. This little pawl goes inside this worm gear like that. And that's what it rides on right there. And that's what drives your level wind back and forth. This little gear right here. Okay, let's put everything up. We don't want to lose any of this because I'm going to put this one back together when we're done. When we're done with the whole thing. And then this will just slide off. Just like that. And then you should be able to pull this right out. Okay. Now we have no level line system anymore. If you do want to clean your reel a little bit, you can clean it, but this one don't look bad, actually. Okay, now we're going right back together. We're going to put this side plate right back on. I usually hang on to it with the real foot seat here down. And then I just kind of look at this like it's upside down there. So we're going to turn it like this. We're going to get it started and we're going to line it in these holes. Just like that. And we're going to take the little screws that we had. Some people use like a pie plate for this, which is a lot bigger, and you got your stuff more scattered out if a little better than a little jar like this, but I just throw everything together on top of it. But then we're just going to get these started right in here. I ain't very good at starting screws either. I'm on some medication that kind of gives me the shakes once in a while. I have a little issue with it. All right, let's get it on here and let's do this part again. Oop, hit the camera there, sorry. Trying to get where you guys can see. I hope you can see all this. I don't tighten these down real tight, just snug them. Snug them up good. Well, not real good, but you want them kind of tight. You don't want them backing out, but you don't want stuff super tight where you smash the aluminum in. All right, that's good enough. So we've got the one side plate back on. So now we're going to stick our spool back in. Just make sure these little nylon or rubber pieces are on here. Don't want to lose one of them. And then we're going in. Stick it right in here. Kind of twist it around and those gears will go together. And you can feel them. You can feel the resistance, so you know it's together. And then we're going to grab our entire plate here. And oh, look here. I've already lost one of them things. See how they come off? I know it's laying right here, but oh, I got to find it now. So, oh, here it is, laying right there. I'm just going to pull this back out and put it back on. Got to be careful with them. They will come off. All right, I got them back on. And we're going to be more careful this time. Stick it in there. When I twisted it around, they come off. I'll go slow now and make sure I'm in there. Okay. All right. So now, when I put this on, this piece right here has little cutouts. And that's where this little crossbar right here is going to fit in. Now, if you want to oil this spindle right here, you can. We'll put a drop on there. It looks pretty good, but since we got it apart, we'll just put a little drop right here. Maybe one right there. You know, another thing I'm going to do right now, let me move these bottles out of the way. We do some bottle digging once in a while. I don't want to break these up. Hadn't had time to put these out of the way yet. All right. Get back down here and let's go again. All right, we're going to put this piece here on. Again, kind of look at it and make sure you don't have it upside down here. We're going to put it together. Now this here throw lever right here for your free spool release, you got to make sure you line it up. There's a place for it to go right in here. So you got to make sure it goes in there on this particular reel. You know, others have the release up here, but this one has the thumb brake on it. So got to make sure everything goes back together. So we're going to line that up with that. I know you ain't going to be able to see that, but whoop, my spool fell out again. Hold on. Try it again. Got my two pieces still. All right, I got a hold of my spool. It ain't going to come apart now. All right, let's try this again. We got to line this up, and I just hold it up here with my thumb. Hold it up tight. Stick that on. Look for your little slot that goes in. Once you find it, all your holes should line up. Goes right together. See, there's no crack there now. So now we're gonna put these back on hand tight. Then we're going to see if everything works. I usually don't put them over hand tight. I kind of tighten them up, but you don't want this super tight. All right. See if the free spool works. We have a conventional reel now. So, you know, if this gets damaged, you get rid of it, you're ready to fish. This is just a standard conventional reel now. But you can always just order and replace something, put everything back in, and you're right back to your level line if that's what you want. Let's take this to the water. We're going to throw it, see how this thing does. Okay, I want to correct myself real quick. I kind of misled you guys just a little bit. You do not have to take both side plates off to get to this. I always take the handle and the star drag off and get this plate off just so I can handle the reel better when I'm working on it. I've always done that. It's just easier for me to grab stuff, get the spool out, and I can work real easy on this stuff here. But if you're in the field and you are an emergency, you break this sucker and you want to get it out, period, without doing any oiling or any kind of maintenance on it, you just, on this particular reel, now some of them might have a C-clamp on the other side and you may have to take both off. But this particular reel, you do not. You can pop this side off right here. I've already got the screws out. Pop this side off. And then of course you're going to have this thing here, your lock on there. Take your lock off. You're out. Take your pawl off. I've already got it off. You're out. Side plate back on. You're ready to go. Do business. So I was a little misleading and I apologize for that. That's just, I always take this off when I'm working on reels here at home for sure. So I can do a little extra maintenance or inspect it. And it don't take that long. You saw how fast we got this side off and everything. But anyway, in the field, no. Pop it off, rip it off, back on. You're catfishing again. Also want to show you real quick. There's different types of level lines on these different reels. So this one here, this all here is about the same. You can see your worm gears right in here. There's your. Let me turn it where you can see it. See, there's your pawl right there. Everything's in here, but we got a different setup where it's up here. We don't have it inside the groove. Now I'll show you this other one that is inside the groove, which is the way this was. But this just, let me get it back to the other side so you can see, or try to see. This just snaps on this bar right here. This is a guide bar. So this just snaps onto this guide bar. So when you take all this off, this will just snap off. And then this will be a conventional with this gone. But you can leave the bar in. You don't have to take this out. Just as long as this is gone and you've got room for your line to come out, you've got a conventional reel here. So here's a different reel. See, here's the worm gear here. And there's the pawl screw right there. Your pawl will be inside of that. And then there's a groove here in that bar. And that's what this fits in. But when you take all this out, this will just come right out with it. Now you have to make sure that you line it back up into this groove when you put everything back together. But that's what the Abu Garcia has, is you got that groove in that bar right there, and that's where that guide, I don't know what I did with it, it's right there. That's where that guide, well, I'll just turn it like this. It don't go like this, but that's where that guide goes, and it runs back and forth like this when you're running your level line. Okay, let's get to the water. Folks, we made it out here to the water. I'm gonna try this out. Pretty secluded spot here. I don't think anybody's gonna bother us. All right, I've got a 2-inch, I just put a 2-ounce cylinder weight on here for now. This is very thin line. I don't even know what this is. This line came with this when I bought it. I'm gonna change it out, but I haven't. It looks like it might be 14 or 15. I gotta be careful because I don't want to snap it. So I'm gonna throw just a little ways out. We're gonna wet it down. There's a lot of trash right out in here, so I'm gonna have to crank faster. I'm gonna be hung up. Looked like a gar or something took off. Carp. Couldn't tell what it was. Let's try one more little harder throw here. I really like these Abu Garcias. Now you gotta, this is not a level line anymore, so you gotta use your thumb. I gotta remember to do that because I'm not used to being an Abu Garcia this size not being a level line. So I'll forget, and then it'll all build up on one side if you ain't careful. But anyway, we're gonna let this one go out there. Let's see what happens. Pretty good throw. These level lines, which is what this was, but they will not throw with a conventional. You can do a lot to a level line to make it throw really far, but you can do that same thing to the conventional, and I don't think the level line will ever catch it. All right, let's put some oomph on this one. That was a long throw. But anyway, that's my level line's gone, but my reel's still working. Now I wouldn't do this on purpose. If I want a conventional, I'm buying a conventional. But if you got some old reels maybe that ain't working right, or like I said, you damage yours on a big old rock. Ooh, I just run into a fish right there. Didn't have a hook on, or I might have foul hooked him. But you know, you drop your reel on this and it hits just right, it could bend something. It could actually snap that level line. Okay, we're gonna have a little bit of fun here. I'll show you what I mean here in just a second. All right, I'm not doing any fishing today. I probably should have brought me a rod out and put a rod holder in while we're doing this. I might have caught one. Definitely some fish moving today. I brought a really good reel for distance throwing today. This is an Avet or an Avet or an Avet. I'm not sure exactly how they pronounce it, but anyway, it's AVAT. This is a Raptor. I believe this is the model HX. And I am going to take this fishing. This is also a lever or lever drag. I call them lever drags. But this thing throws pretty good. So I figured I'd give the little Abu Garcia a little competition. I have a 4-ounce weight on here at the moment. We're running 80-pound braid. That's the only thing I can throw. Some people can really throw braid a long way. I like mono for distance throwing, but this is what's on it, and I ain't gonna change it. So let me wet this line down real quick. Another big old fish over to my left took off. This is a conventional, straight up conventional. Try one more time here. As you can see, you got to move your thumb back and forth. This is also a 2-speed. You got your lever right here. I'm not sure what the speeds are. Maybe a 5-3-1 and a 3-1 or a 2-7. I can't remember. But anyway, it's a 2-speed. But a lot of people, just a little trick here. A lot of people, when they're distance throwing a conventional, they actually set it up for distance throwing. They will pile that line just a little bit here, just a little bit here, just a little bit here, so it don't go back and forth when it's going out to try to get a little more distance. I don't do that. I've tried it. Does make a little bit of a difference, but I just level mine out. But a lot of people, when they're throwing distance, they'll make little sections so that line all comes off in the same spot before it moves over, and it's a little more, I guess, more of a freer resistance. It does help a little bit, but it ain't worth it to me. I'm too much trouble. But anyway, we're gonna throw this 4 right now. I'm gonna try to get it out there. It's quite a ways to the other side. I'm not sure how far. This reel is capable probably of almost getting to the other side if it don't. I'm gonna let this one go pretty good. Let's see what happens. Really don't want to tangle it up in any little trees over there, but I may not quite put it all on here. Let's see what we do. Oh! About 6 foot from the other side. Ooh, got hung up in a tree over there. All right, I'm gonna bring it in. Probably cut some of this out coming in, so you might not even see this. Okay, that was a real good throw. That was a good throw. I know we can do better. Let's try one more time. And then I brought a little heavier weight too. So that little Abu Garcia's got a big challenge. Here we go. I'm gonna try to move it just a little farther downstream here. Give me a little more distance before we hit the trees. Oh! Did you see? I don't even know if you saw that. That was like a foot from the other side. I'm probably hung up in some brush. Ah! I'm out. All right, I'm gonna try this again. If I go down through them little trees, I know I ain't never gonna get it back. So that was within about a foot of the bank, just a little ways down from where I was throwing. We're gonna see if we can't get it with that other reel. I know it's asking a lot, but let's give it a chance. It is an Abu Garcia. All right, I heard somebody out there trashing Abu Garcia. That's okay. A lot of people trash Abu Garcias, but I like them. Okay, let me wet this down just a bit. We're gonna keep the 2 ounce on because I'm afraid I'm gonna snap this line. I do have a 3 ounce. All right, let's see what we got. Believe it or not, I can throw these farther left-handed, these little reels. I don't know why, but I'm gonna go ahead and chuck this one out right-handed. See if I can get her to the other side. Come on, little Abu Garcia. Oh! I went a little farther down, but it was only about 8 to 10 foot from the bank. Let me chuck her out there left-handed. Let's give it everything I can right here. May snap that little weight off, but get the debris off of there. All right, folks. I'm going for it. I'm going for it. I think we can do it. I think I can throw as far as I can that Abbott, whatever it is. It's a good reel, I can tell you that. It's a real good reel. Made in USA, the Avetta is. Here we go. Oh, just about a foot from the bank. You can take these little reels, set them up right with the right poundage line, right weight, you can throw them. A lot of people don't realize that, but they'll throw just almost with those big reels. The only reason those big reels can kind of for sure outdistance them is because you put an 8 or a 10 ounce on there with some 40 or 50 pound test line, you're going. It'll throw. I got that 3 ounce. You think we ought to put it on? Worst I'll do is break it off, right? Ain't nobody on the other side fishing. Let's put it on. Let's do it. Hey, bending my rod here a little bit. What's all right? Whew, I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna break it, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. Gonna do it. Gonna do it. Gonna do it. You ready? I don't know if I am. All right. Oh, other side. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Look at that. Look at that. Whoa, look at that. You gotta look at that line going right up there. Now I know I'm gonna have to break it off. Dadgummit, you think I can jerk it out of there? I know it went all the way through because I heard it hit the ground. I don't know how far up I gotta pull it before I'm to the top. Those trees ain't real tall, but I'm gonna give it a yank. No, no. Oh, we got it. We got it. Woo. Now I gotta wind all this back up. Got it back. Should we throw the blue reel? Of course, we got to. We got to! The dreaded 6 ounce. Oh boy. Well, bud, you know you got to make it. I mean, if you don't make it to the other side, that's... I'll throw it. I got to throw it to the same spot as I did that one, which was just moved up just a tiny bit. There we go. All right. Can you do it, Mr. Abbott? Abbott. I bet. Oh, it did it! Oh, woo! I think I'm already hung up. I think it's stuck in the mud. All the way across, folks. And a little farther than what the little Abu did. All right. Just about the exact same spot. Not bad accurate throwing either on somebody's part, I might add. Okay. I'm hung up right now. I think it went into, we're down through the trees and went into the mud over there. I'm probably going to end up breaking it, so I hope not. I ain't going to even try it on the video. Well, anyway, the level winds are good, and I really like them, especially when you're bringing a fish or just bringing it in. You don't have to, you don't have to thumb it. But if you're used to one of these, you'll get real used to just thumbing it, and it won't even be a big deal. But if you have an issue with your level wind, you can take it off in the field. Like I said, I at least carry a screwdriver and a adjustable wrench, like a crescent wrench. And then you can probably take this stuff right here off, get this side off, get rid of that level wind if it's messed up, fish the rest of the day, order your new level wind if that's what you want, put it back on, you're good to go. Everybody keep doing what you're doing. Everybody keep on fishing, which we're gonna go. I know I keep saying that, but we're gonna go. Rods down, people. Rods down. Boom! I gotta try to get this back. You knew I would. Hope you didn't go nowhere yet. You may see me get hit in the head. I'm gonna slowly pull it up. It come out of the mud. I kept pulling, it finally come out of the mud. I'm in the trees now, the little trees over there. All right, I think it's tight. Here we go. Oh! We're gonna get it back. Oh. Good grief. Later, folks.